What's going on, everyone? Anthony Drew Gary here, host of the How To Show, where we talk about optimizing life, money, and happiness one how to at a time. This week on the show, I want to talk about something that's been in the news a decent bit lately, and that is the idea of Google offering a stock split. And what it means to you, what it doesn't mean to you, why it's important, why it's not important, and ultimately just to cover this because it's something I've never covered before, and it's kind of interesting. So Google announced, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, that they would be doing a 20-for-1 stock split. And so what that means is the price of Google stock right now, we'll take a look at it, and this is accurate as of the date of the video. Google's stock, one stock of Google is worth $26.85. We'll just round down $2,600 to get you a share of Google. And so what they are doing is making 20 times more shares of Google. And so to do that, they have to dilute the stock price of Google so that that they can make this happen. And so we'll just do some quick math here. And we go 2,600 and we divide it by 20. So new shares of Google are going to be worth $130 come this July. And so if you owned a share of Google before the stock split, your shares of Google are going to go from $2,600 to $130, but they are going to give you 19 extra shares for every one share you had before. So there's really no exchange of what your stock is valued at. In the grand scheme of what your portfolio is, you're just getting more shares at a lower price. And so you'll see things in the news for the next several months. The Motley Fool is saying, should you buy Alphabet now or wait until after the stock split? Alphabet is the parent company of Google. And so you're going to see these things over and over and over again. A couple of years ago, Apple did this. Tesla has done it too. And I really think that this is a philosophical idea rather than a financial idea. We'll talk about that more in a second. So here's the real deal on a stock split. It really doesn't matter. And the reason that I say that is because it's potato situation. If a stock is valued at $100, you buy one share, you've got $100 invested in that stock. If the stock is valued at $1, you buy 100 shares, you still have $100 invested in that stock. And what I think that is really going on here is some Jedi mind trick sort of situation where they're bringing down the perceived cost of the stock so that people will get more comfortable with buying it. If a share of Google costs $5,000, people are going to be apprehensive to get into that as compared to if a share of Google only costs $100. And even though the majority of the world has access to fractional investing now, a lot of the platforms that have come online in the last couple of years will allow you to buy tenths, hundredths, thousandths of a percent of a share. There's still this idea that if it seems more attainable, you might be more inclined to do it. And maybe a different way to think about this is to compare it to going grocery shopping at the grocery store. You can see over time that if you've been shopping for a while, the bags of chips have gotten smaller, the boxes of cereal have gotten smaller, and this is a way to battle inflation primarily for the grocers, but basically people are going to be willing to spend a lower price consistently instead of spending that higher price, and so there's got to be some sort of adjustment made to get people in that mindset to continue to buy, and that's really all I think is going on here in the stock split world. There's still the same number of dollars invested in Google overall. Nothing has changed there. And this just gets you in the right mindset so that you can continue to do really what you've been doing the whole time. And so I wouldn't worry too much about this, but wanted to make a video just touching on it because it's going to be in the news a lot between now and July. Try to not get freaked out about it. That's going to bring this episode of the show to a close. Again, there's not a ton to worry about here. Don't buy into the hype and really don't let this impact you. Do what you were going to do anyway and you're going to be just fine. If you got any ideas for future topics on the show, leave me a comment down below. And as always, share the video with somebody that you think can get benefit from it. And hit the subscribe button to be the first to know about new videos. Again, about 80% of you watch but do not subscribe, so you can be the change that we need to see in this world. If you're looking to sell your house in the Indianapolis market, I can be a resource to you there. Great time to be thinking about that. You can get in touch with me in the show notes, in the comments, or at indiedwell.com. And as always, you can find me on the podcast player of your choice as well. Until next time, this is Anthony Drew Gary, host of The How To Show, signing off.